Marcus Webb had learned long ago that people saw what they wanted to see. A man in a $300 suit walking into a boardroom was a CEO, the same man in worn jeans and a dusty Ford F-150 pulling up to an iron gate was apparently nobody worth knowing. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of small moments to change lives, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories. Also, tell us in the comments where in the world are you watching from. He had lived on both sides of that assumption long enough to understand it. He had just never expected to face it at his own front door. It was a Tuesday evening in late October when he pulled up to the gate of Ashford Manor. 14 acres of property in his name. 4 years of mortgage payments he'd made personally. Every stone and window chosen by him after his wife passed and left him alone to raise their daughter. Lily was 7 now, small and bright-eyed, sitting beside him in the passenger seat, with a juice box and a half-finished drawing of a horse. She had fallen asleep on the drive from her school's art fair and only just woken up when the truck slowed to a stop. The gate ahead was closed, and 2 men in black uniforms stepped forward from the security booth. Marcus recognized neither of them. That alone told him something had gone wrong. He used the same team for 4 years. Men who knew his face, his schedule, the sound of his truck engine on a quiet night. These were strangers. Marcus rolled down his window and offered a calm nod. "Evening," he said. The taller of the 2 guards barely blinked. "Sir, this is a private residence. You'll need to state your purpose and provide identification." Marcus kept his voice steady. "I live here." "I'm Marcus Webb. This is my property." The guard looked at the truck, then at Marcus, then briefly at Lily, who was watching with wide, uncertain eyes. "Sir, the Webb residence is registered to a Mr. Marcus Webb, an executive. We have a guest list and a vehicle registry on file. Neither matches what we're seeing." Marcus reached into his glove compartment for his wallet. He slid out his driver's license and held it through the window. The guard took it, studied it, and handed it back without changing his expression. "This could be anyone's ID, sir. We've had incidents before with people attempting to access high-value properties using false credentials. We're going to need you to step out of the vehicle while we run verification through the main system." Marcus did not step out. He took one breath, measured and slow. "Daddy," Lily said quietly beside him. "Why won't they let us in?"
"They're just being careful, sweetheart," he said.
But his jaw was tight. He turned back to the guard. "The verification system is inside that booth. Run it now. My biometrics, my license plate, my voice. I'm in every file that property has." The second guard, shorter and younger, leaned toward his colleague and muttered something. The taller one straightened and crossed his arms. "Sir, we have been instructed to hold all unverified visitors at the gate and to contact our supervisor before granting access. This is standard protocol for residents?" Marcus asked, his voice still calm but no longer warm. "Run the system." There was a long pause, long enough for Lily to finish her juice box, long enough for the October wind to pick up and blow a curl of dry leaves across the driveway. Then the shorter guard walked back into the booth and pulled up the verification terminal. They heard the soft beep of the scan activating. Marcus placed his palm on the panel when directed. Another beep. Then the system's automated voice, clear and flat. "Identity confirmed. Marcus A. Webb, primary resident, unrestricted access." The iron gate began to slide open. Marcus looked at the tall guard for a moment, not with anger, though anger would have been easy, with something steadier. "I want the name of your supervisor and the agency that placed you both here," he said. "Tonight." He drove through the gate and up the long driveway toward the house. Lily was quiet for a moment. Then she asked, "Did those men get in trouble?" "They will," he said. "Is that bad?" Marcus parked the truck, turned off the engine, and looked at his daughter. "Baby, when someone treats people badly because of how they look or what they're driving, when they assume you don't belong somewhere, without actually knowing anything about you, there are consequences for that. Not because we want people to suffer, but because the world has to know that dignity matters. Every single time." That night, Marcus made 3 calls. The first was to the security agency, whose contract he terminated effective immediately. The second was to his estate manager, requesting a full review of how two guards, with no record of his identity, had been placed at his gate. The third call he made was quieter, to his late wife's mother, Lily's grandmother, just to talk. Because some days, carrying everything alone was harder than he let anyone see, and keeping calm in moments that tested him cost something real. But he paid that cost willingly, every time, because Lily was watching. And how a man handles being wronged, whether he rises or whether he crumbles, is one of the most important things a child can ever learn. If this story moved you, please show your support for more stories like it. Like, share, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories, where every story is a reminder that good people still exist, and that how we treat others defines who we truly are.